Hello students, myself Saroma Malik Das, Assistant Professor of Gargi Memorial Institute of Technology. In my previous lecture, I discussed about the test of significance of a large sample, and in today's lecture I discuss about the test of sample of smaller size which is less than normally 30. Okay. So in this case some results may be same as the previous. So first we start test for single mean. Okay, theorem 1, to test mean of normal population. Let a random sample x1 x2 up to xn be taken from a normal population with mean mu and standard deviation sigma to test the null hypothesis H0, that is mu is equals to mu 0, against the alternative hypothesis H1, where alternative hypothesis H1 at alpha level of significance. Where alpha is the area under standard normal curve So from here the best critical region determined by the test statistic x bar, which is the sample mean, is x bar less than mu 0 minus sigma by root over of n into z alpha. That means x bar minus mu 0 by sigma by root over of n less than minus z alpha if H1 is left sided, and number 2 is x bar greater than mu 0 plus sigma by root over n into z alpha. That means x bar minus mu 0 by sigma by root over of n, this is greater than z alpha if H1 is right sided. And number 3 is mod of x bar minus mu 0 greater than sigma by root over of n into z of alpha by 2. That means mod z is equals to mod of x bar minus mu 0 by sigma by root over of n, this is greater than of z of alpha by 2 if H1 is both sided. And here Alpha is the first we read Z. Z is standard normal variate. And alpha is the area under standard normal curve bounded by Z is equals to Z alpha and Z is equals to infinity. Okay, so this will find out in our previous chapter, and in that case here the population SD sigma is not known. We can not assume sigma is equals to S, the sample SD. In that case we go to the following method. If the sample size is small, very less than, that means if we take it less than 30, then the sample is not drawn from a normal population. Okay, so in that case, to test mean of any population, not necessarily normal. Okay, for normal population we find it in the earlier in our previous chapter. Okay, and when the population is not normal, that means let a random sample x1 x2 up to xn be taken from a population with mean mu, and to test the null hypothesis H0, that means mu is equals to mu 0 against the alternative hypothesis H1 at alpha level of alpha level of significance. Then the best shear, that means best critical region, determined by the test statistic x bar, which is a sample mean, is given by t is equals to x bar minus mu by s by root over of capital N minus small n minus 1, okay, which is less than minus t alpha if h1 is left sided. Okay, and number 2 is t is equals to x bar minus mu by s by root over of n minus 1, which is greater than t alpha if h1 is right sided, and mod of t is equals to mod of x bar minus mu by s by root over of n minus 1. This is greater than t of alpha by 2 if h1 is both sided. Okay, here s is the sample standard deviation, sample SD, and t is a T variate and alpha is the area under the probability density curve, probability density curve of T distribution with n minus 1 degree of freedom bounded by z is equals to T alpha and z is equals to infinitives. Okay, so when the population is not normal, we used here T distribution. So for example, let a salesman is expected to effect an average sale of rupees 3500 per day. Okay, observing the sales of a particular salesman for 6 days, we see that he gives average sale of rupees 3300 per day with SD 1016.53 using 0.05 level of significance. Conclude whether his work is below standard. Okay, and here it is given T of 0.05, that is equals to 2.02 for 5 degree of freedom. Okay, so here what is given here, the sample size n is equals to 6, which is very small. Okay, and let mu is equals to mean of cells. Okay, and if mu less than 3500, then we say his work is below standard. That means the null hypothesis H0 is mu is equals to 3500 and the alternative hypothesis H1 is mu less than 3500. Okay, so T is equals to x bar minus mu by s by root over of n minus 1 has T distribution with n minus 1 degree of freedom. Okay, and here the computed value t is equals to 3300 minus 3500 by 1016.53 by root over of 5, that is equals to minus 0.44 with 5 degree of freedom. Okay, so and our given area is this type. Okay, so this is a left tail test. And we given t of 0.05 is equals to 2.02. This is given. Okay, that means probability of 2.02 less than t less than infinity, this is equals to 0.05. Okay, and from symmetry, probability of minus infinity less than t less than minus 2.02, this is also equals to 0.05. Okay, so the critical region is t less than minus 2.02. Okay, as h1 is left sided. Okay, that means, and here the computed value, here the computed value t is equals to minus 0.44, which is less than minus 2.02. Okay, so t does not lie in CR, that means H0 is accepted and H1 is rejected at 5% level of significance. Okay, so we conclude that his work is not below standard. Clear? So we see here another example. Say an IQ test was administered to 5 persons before and after they were trained. The results are given below. So IQ before training and IQ after training. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So before training it is 110, 120, 123, 132 and 134. 25, and after training it will be 120, this is 118, 125, this is 136, and it is 121. Test whether there is any change in IQ after the training, and it is given T of 0.01, this is 4.6 at 4 degree of freedom. This 4 means this is the degree of freedom. Okay, so to solve this problem, first we range here the changes in IQ of the 5% are 1202 to 110, that means 10, and 1182 to 120, this is -2, 125 minus 123, that means 2, 136 minus 132, that means 4, and 121 minus 125, that is -4. Okay, so the changes of IQs are this. Okay, so we think this is a small sample, of 5, okay, of size 5, and which is drawn from the population, which is drawn from the population of changes in IQ after training. Okay, so if mu be the population mean, then mu is equals to 0. It stands for no change in IQ. Okay, so null hypothesis H0 is mu is equals to 0, and alternative hypothesis H1 is mu not equals to 0. So here the sample mean x bar is equals to 10 minus 2 plus 2 plus 4 minus 4 by 5, that is equals to 2, and sample SD are given by xi is given here, that is 10 minus 2, 2, 4 and minus 4, and we have to find out xi square, that is 100, 4, 4, 16 and 16. Okay, so sample SD is equals to, from the formula, this is root over of summation of xi square by n minus summation of xi by n whole square, that is equals to root over of this is the total. This total is 10 and this is 140. Okay, so it is 140 by 5 minus 10 by 5, that is 2 square. So this value is 4.90. This is the sample SD. So T is equals to x bar minus mu by s by root over of n minus 1 has n minus 1 degree of freedom. The computed value T is equals to x bar is 2, mu is equals to 0, s is find out here 4.90 by root over of 4, that means 0.82. Okay, and this is a two-tailed test. And it is given T of 0.01, this is 4.6 at 4 degree of freedom. So it is given here. From here we have probability of 4.6 less than t less than infinity. This value is 0.01. Okay, and by symmetry probability of minus infinity less than t less than minus 4.6, this is also 0.01. Okay, so probability of modulus of t greater than 4.6, this is 0.01 plus 0.01, that is 0.02. Okay, so the critical region is given by modulus of t greater than 4.6. Okay, at 2% level of significance. And our computed value (0.82), which is less than 4.6. That means it does not fall in CR. So 80 is accepted at 2% level. Okay, that means there is no change. We conclude here. We conclude that there is no change in IQ. Okay, this is our conclusion. So in our next lecture we discuss about the difference of mu. Okay.